Hey everyone, we're back at this reinforced concrete culvert in Connecticut at the Beaver Swamp. We're gonna see what's happened over the past 3 weeks since we've been here. Just driving by, it looks like the beavers have not come back. Like we've discussed before, we have found multiple dead beavers on the side of the road last time that just get hit by traffic. I don't know why they're not using the culvert for transportation, but I believe that this pond is no longer a living space for them. I think they've been relocated, and occasionally beavers from the massive pond and swamp across the street come over here to block this. Since they're not living here, it's a hit or miss situation whether or not they're actually going to do something. Clog it back up, I mean. Over there is the old Beaver deceiver that didn't work. That's been laying out of the way for the past year and a half. It's been 2 years since the DOT has put that thing in, but beavers usually get smarter having that here. They figure it out within a few months. I see a lot of water beetles. There's still a couple feet of water here, but you still see we're pretty well drawed back because the beavers get this thing up about 2 more feet. We were fully prepared today to remove it again, but they have not come back. Let's get down and take a look at it. Yep, absolutely no evidence of trying to build back. We can actually get a little look inside the culvert that we haven't done other times. It's flowing nicely. Nice sturdy culvert. It's got a lot of stone mixed into it. This thing will last a pretty long time. They usually don't use that type anymore. And you see the edges right here. Tiny, tiny little frog. It's a tiny leopard frog. Small as a quarter, slightly smaller. Compared to my finger, that thing's tiny. But you see water grass seeds have already spread here. If the beavers don't come back within the next few weeks, this is all gonna green up. Oh, look at that stake sticking out of the water. It's so rusted, it's been there so long. With a dragonfly on the tip. And water beetles around the edges. All right, good to see that beavers aren't being a problem here. We'll come back in a few months to give it another check. So here's the Beaver deceiver right over here. And some random tomato paste. What the? It expired in 2013. And there's the label. How did this get here? If anyone's curious of what this looks like, we'll open this up on my other channel. So here's the Beaver deceiver. The way this works, if this was flipped over, there's probably 4 oval holes on the bottom part. When this thing's sitting in the water, it's basically underwater. This bracket holds in place. The water comes up, trickles out of those holes right there I just mentioned. This one has more than 4. And then it goes down, and that's sticking into the existing culvert. It takes a while for beavers to figure out they can plug those holes underneath. Sometimes they even go and just chew right through the thing because it's plastic. You can see all the erosion evidence here. Times that swamp has become so full due to the beaver dam, causing a little bit of erosion here on the edge of the road. It's back to normal flow. Plunge pool still has a good amount. You see all the roots showing from erosion during past storms and past uncloggings by me and the DOT. We're looking good here. For anyone who doesn't know, I do have another channel. We investigate old food products. I purchased them at auctions and stuff, and we investigate it. We have looked at food a few times, canned food over 100 years old. We go to see what survives the longest, what kind of dry foods and canned foods hold up the longest, where they'd probably still be edible, what rots, that kind of stuff. If anyone's interested in that, the channel name is New England Wildlife and More. that is linked in the channel description. And before we head out, we're going to take a quick look at the swamp right here behind the small parking lot for fishing. There's also an old abandoned homeless camp here I showed once before. Not a bad place for a homeless camp. There's also a few chairs and tarps overgrown. But that's a very respectful homeless camp. Usually you find a lot of trash. Not whoever was camping here. And there's a 55-gallon drum cover. See, it's still mushy. It's still a nice wetland, but typically there's a few inches of water here when the beavers back it up. But that causes major problems to the roadway as it's causing unseen damage. Sediment is slowly being washed out that you can't see, and I just sunk very deep. Because that road is not meant to be a dam. A lot of times roadways going through low-lying areas, it creates the perfect opportunity for a beaver to create a swamp, so they do. They take the opportunity to do so. They'll have it filled back up probably in a few weeks or a month. The next time they come and do a check. Thanks for watching.